Welcome, my beautiful friend. Let me ask you something. How deeply do you trust yourself? Not when everything is easy, not when life goes according to plan, but when nothing makes sense, when doors close, when answers don't come, when the timing seems wrong. Do you still believe that life is working in your favor? Because that, my dear, is the essence of true trust. Trust is not about knowing how things will work out. It's knowing that they will. It is the quiet faith that whispers, even now, even here, I am safe. I want you to breathe with me for a moment. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your body begin to let go. You see, the moment you trust, your whole system relaxes. Your body is always listening to your thoughts. When you live in fear, the body tightens, the breath shortens, the mind races. But when you whisper to yourself, I trust life completely, everything changes. The nervous system calms, the breath deepens, the cells begin to repair. Healing begins, not in struggle, but in surrender. The more you trust, the more life proves itself trustworthy. Trust is not something you force, it's something you allow. You don't build trust by having all the answers. You build it by releasing the need for them. Your mind always wants to know the plan. It wants certainty, control, reassurance. But your soul, oh, your beautiful soul, it already knows. It knows that you are held, that you are guided, that you are exactly where you need to be. So when you stop fighting, when you stop trying to figure it all out, you create space. Space for grace, space for alignment, space for miracles. I've often said, all is well. Everything is happening for my highest good. And I want you to let that truth wash over you now. All is well, even the delays, even the detours, even the endings. Life doesn't make mistakes, it makes adjustments. It rearranges what no longer fits and brings in what aligns with your next chapter. But you have to let it, you have to loosen your grip long enough for the universe to move things around on your behalf. You see, the mind believes that safety comes from control, but true safety comes from trust. Control says, if I can manage everything, I'll be okay. Trust says, even if I can't manage anything, I'll still be okay. Which feels more peaceful to you? Which feels more true? You were never meant to hold the weight of the world. You were meant to hold the hand of faith. You were meant to rest in the rhythm of divine order, because that rhythm has never failed you. Think of your heartbeat. You don't control it, yet it beats perfectly. Think of the sunrise. You don't command it, yet it rises every morning without fail. Life has been showing you how to trust since the day you were born. Now let's talk about the mind. That beautiful servant that often tries to play the master. The mind creates stress when it tries to control what it cannot control. It says, if I don't worry, everything will fall apart. But worry has never held anything together. Love has. Fear tightens. Love relaxes. Fear resists. Love allows. So every time you feel anxiety rising, pause and ask yourself gently, what am I trying to control right now? Then take a breath and say, I release the need to control, and I trust divine timing, grace. The moment you do, energy begins to flow again. What was blocked becomes open. What felt heavy begins to lift. You return to the natural intelligence of life itself. You are not separate from that intelligence. You are it. You are the consciousness through which life experiences trust. Many people come to me and say, "Louise, I'm trying to trust, but I can't stop worrying." And I always smile gently and say, "Then stop trying." Trust is not an action, it's a state of being. You don't force it, you fall into it. You sink into it like a warm bath. You rest there, you breathe there. You remind yourself, life loves me. I am safe in the universe. Everything is unfolding perfectly. Now, let's look at something that often blocks trust, our limiting beliefs. Every time you say, "I can't," your life says, "As you wish." Every time you say, "I don't know how," life says, "Then you don't need to know yet." The universe never argues with you. It simply reflects you. So when you declare fear, it mirrors fear. When you declare faith, it mirrors faith. That's why awareness is so important. You cannot change what you do not see. I want you to notice the beliefs that still keep you from peace. Maybe you were taught, "I must always be strong," or "If I let go, I'll lose everything." Or perhaps, "If I don't worry, it means I don't care." None of that is true. Worry is not responsibility. Control is not strength. They are both symptoms of fear. And fear is simply love that has forgotten itself. So here's what I want you to do. Write down every belief that feels heavy, anxious, or rigid. Look at each one with compassion, not judgment. Then breathe deeply and ask, is this belief rooted in trust or in fear? If it's fear, thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently replace it with a new thought. Instead of, "If I don't control everything, it will all fall apart," say, "I am safe even when I don't know the outcome." Instead of, "Things never work out for me," say, "Everything always works out for my highest good." Instead of, "I have to fight for what I want," say, "What belongs to me comes easily and effortlessly." Do you feel the difference in energy? One contracts, the other expands. One resists, the other allows. The old beliefs kept you surviving. The new ones let you thrive. You don't need to fight with the old stories, just outgrow them. Speak peace louder than your fears, and the fears will fade. My dear, trusting life does not mean you never feel afraid. It means you no longer let fear make your decisions. It means you choose peace even when the outcome is uncertain. It means you remember again and again that you are safe even when you don't know the outcome. The very breath you're taking right now is proof that something greater is sustaining you. So if today you find yourself wondering, when will it happen? When will I be okay? Pause. Place your hand over your heart, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, I trust life completely. I relax into the knowing that all is well in my world. You don't need to force trust. You simply need to remember it. Everything you need is already on its way. The timing, the opportunity, the relationship, The healing, it's all aligning in ways you cannot yet see. While you rest in faith, the universe is working in silence. While you release, life rearranges. While you breathe, blessings gather. So let go, trust, relax, and whisper softly to yourself, I am safe. I am loved. I am guided. Because that is the truth you always have been and you always will be. My dear one, now let us talk about something so simple, so powerful, and yet so misunderstood: letting go. People often think that letting go means giving up, but that is not true. Letting go is not giving up. It's aligning with the flow. It's not about quitting. It's about trusting. It's not about losing control. It's about realizing that you were never meant to control it all in the first place. Life knows what it's doing, even when you don't. Imagine, for a moment, a river. Have you ever seen a river trying to decide where it should go? Have you ever seen it pause to make a plan or question whether it's worthy to reach the ocean? Of course not. It simply flows. It flows because that is its nature. It doesn't resist the rocks or the turns. It moves around them gracefully, gently. That is what letting go looks like. You are that river. You were never meant to stay still, to hold on to every branch, every bend, every old belief that no longer serves you. You were meant to move freely, peacefully, naturally. When you resist life, when you insist on controlling every detail, you are swimming upstream. You are exhausting yourself trying to fix what is already being taken care of. Resistance is that upstream energy. It says, I must make this happen, or I can't rest until I know how. It's heavy, it's tight, it's fearful, but letting go, letting go, that's when you turn around and allow the current to carry you. It's the same river, the same water, but now you are no longer fighting. You are allowing. And in that allowing, you begin to feel peace. I've often said to my students and friends, when you let go of control, the creative energy of life can finally move through you. That is where healing begins, not in force, but in flow. The moment you release the grip of your mind, you make space for the wisdom of the universe to work. You make space for the unexpected blessings that cannot enter a clenched hand. You make space for solutions that are far better than anything you could have planned. Letting go does not mean doing nothing. It means doing what you can with love, and then releasing what you cannot with faith. It's a dance between intention and surrender, between movement and stillness. You do your part, and then you trust life to do the rest. You water the seed, but you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. That's what many people do with their dreams. They plant, then worry, then dig, then replant. But when you trust, you plant once, and you let the soil do its sacred work. You understand that growth happens beneath the surface, unseen but certain. Think of the times you've clung to something because you were afraid to let it go. A relationship, a plan, a habit, even an identity. You held on because you thought letting go meant losing control. But what if, in reality, holding on is what blocks the blessings? What if the very thing you're clinging to is keeping you from receiving something greater? You see, when your hands are full of yesterday, there is no room for the gifts of today. Letting go is not losing, it's clearing the space where miracles can land. Let's say this together. I let go of my need to figure everything out. Life knows what it's doing. Feel the power of that statement. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to know what will happen next week or next year. You just need to trust that whatever comes will be right for your soul's growth. You don't have to control the timing. The timing is divine. You don't have to control other people. They have their own sacred paths. You don't even have to control the healing. Your body already knows how to heal when you allow it. Letting go is remembering that you are part of something much larger, something wise, something loving, something eternal. You are not alone in this process. The same power that moves the stars, that opens flowers, that brings the tides in and out, is moving through you right now. And it doesn't need your fear, it only needs your permission. Now, let's move deeper into this idea, what I call the dance of the flow. The universe, my dear, is not a machine. It is a living rhythm. It breathes, it expands, it contracts, it moves in harmony. And when you stop forcing, when you stop demanding that life be linear and predictable, you begin to dance with that rhythm. The universe is a living rhythm. When you stop forcing, you begin dancing. Life is not a straight line. It's not a schedule to be managed. It's a song to be felt. There will be moments of rise and fall, light and shadow, expansion and rest. Just like the tides, you are meant to move with it. Every bend in your path, every pause, every redirection is part of the divine choreography. You are not being delayed, you are being taught the steps of trust. Think of a dancer. The beauty of the dance comes not from rigidity, but from flow. When one step ends, another begins. When one note fades, a new one rises. You cannot dance while bracing for control. You can only dance when you let your body listen to the music. In the same way, you cannot live fully while clinging to fear. You live fully when you allow yourself to be moved by intuition, by love, by grace. When something unexpected happens, instead of saying, "This is wrong," try saying, "This is part of my dance." When life turns you in a direction you didn't plan, whisper, "I trust the rhythm." When a door closes, bow to it and know that the music has simply changed. You haven't lost the beat. You've entered a new movement. Every bend in life is an invitation to trust more deeply. Each twist and turn is not a punishment, but a teaching. Life is not asking you to control it, it's inviting you to move with it. When you can accept that, peace becomes your natural state. You stop struggling against what is, and you begin to experience what can be. So, today, I invite you to stop fighting the current. Instead, lean back and let it carry you. You don't need to see the whole river to trust where it leads. You don't need to predict every wave to know you'll reach the ocean. Just trust the flow, trust the timing, trust the wisdom that has guided you since birth and has never once abandoned you. Let's end this moment together with a gentle affirmation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and say, slowly and softly, "I let go of my need to figure everything out." Life knows what it's doing. Say it again. Feel your body loosen as you do. This is not a command, it's an act of love. It's the soul's way of saying, I remember. I remember that peace is my nature. I remember that trust is my path. I remember that I am one with the flow, and that, my love, is where life's beauty begins, not in control, but in surrender, not in resistance, but in rhythm. When you stop pushing, you begin gliding. When you stop demanding, you begin receiving. When you stop fearing, you begin living. Now, breathe. You're exactly where you need to be. Let go and let the river carry you home. You know, my dear, one of the hardest lessons life ever asked me to learn was to stop looking at what wasn't there and start noticing what already was. For so long, I prayed for what I thought was missing, the opportunities that hadn't shown up yet, the people who hadn't stayed, the things I thought I needed to finally feel safe, complete, fulfilled. But the moment I stopped chasing what was missing, everything began to shift. Stop looking at what's missing, and you will see what's already arriving. That one sentence can change your entire vibration, your entire day, your entire life. You see, when you focus on lack, you amplify lack. When you look at emptiness, you create more emptiness. The universe is an intelligent mirror. It reflects not what you want, but what you are choosing to see. If you wake up thinking nothing is working, the day will rearrange itself to prove you right. If you wake up saying everything is unfolding beautifully, life will echo that energy right back to you. Whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you thank expands. Whatever you trust manifests. Lack is not about what's missing outside of you. It's about forgetting what's abundant within you. When you believe that you don't have enough, you are closing your heart to the infinite supply that is already surrounding you. The air you breathe, the sunrise that greets you, the quiet beating of your heart, all proof that you are already supported. Abundance is not waiting to be found, it's waiting to be noticed. So I want you to shift your focus from fear to faith, from waiting to receiving, from scarcity to sufficiency. Instead of asking, why hasn't it happened yet? Say, I know it's happening in perfect time. Instead of saying, I don't have enough, say, I already have more than enough for this moment. You see, the only moment that truly exists is this one. And in this moment, you have air in your lungs, ground beneath your feet, and life flowing through your body. That is abundance. That is grace. That is proof that the universe has not forgotten you. Each morning, I encourage you to start with 3 simple sentences, a tiny ritual that realigns your vibration before the world even touches you. Write these down, say them out loud, feel them in your chest. I trust my journey. I know everything is being arranged for my highest good. I have enough in this moment. Let's go deeper into each of these. When you say, I trust my journey, you are declaring to the universe, I am not lost. Even if I don't see the full map, I know I am on the right path. You are not behind. You are not late. Every delay, every detour, every pause has meaning. Life is not punishing you. It's preparing you. The closed doors are not rejection, they are protection. They are the universe's way of redirecting you to something greater. When you say, "I know everything is being arranged for my highest good," you align with divine order. You hand back the steering wheel to life itself. You acknowledge that there is a wisdom greater than your plans. And when you release your need to control, something miraculous happens. The universe takes over the details. What once felt impossible begins to move easily. What once felt blocked begins to open. Because you are no longer working against the current, you are moving with it. And when you affirm, "I have enough in this moment," you free yourself from the endless chase. Enoughness is not a future goal. It's a present awareness. It's the soft realization that right now, in this breath, you are complete. There's nothing missing in the present. There's only the illusion of later. When you fully inhabit this moment, you realize that life has already given you everything you need to take the next step. You don't need to see the entire staircase to trust that the next step will appear when you're ready. Now, let's talk about timing, divine timing. Divine timing never hurries, and it is never late. I want you to remember that. Every delay, every pause, every unanswered prayer is carrying a purpose that you may not yet understand. The universe does not run on your schedule. It runs on divine precision. There are no accidents in this universe, only alignments that are still forming. When something you desire hasn't arrived yet, it doesn't mean it's not coming. It simply means the energy isn't ready. Sometimes the universe is still rearranging the people, the places, the circumstances that will allow it to unfold perfectly. And if you rush it, if you force it, you might receive a version that isn't meant to last. So let go of the urgency. Let go of the timeline. Let go of the idea that you know better than life. You don't need to push divine timing, you only need to trust it. Think of the seasons. The flowers do not bloom all year long, and yet they never panic. The trees shed their leaves, and they don't call it failure, they call it preparation. Everything in nature trusts its rhythm, and you, my dear, are not separate from nature. You are part of that same intelligence. You are part of that same timing. When winter comes, rest. When spring arrives, bloom. When summer shines, receive. When autumn calls, release. Trust the rhythm. Life is not in a hurry, and neither should you be. Sometimes, the reason something is delayed is because you are still becoming the person who can hold it. The dream is ready, but it needs you to rise to its frequency. So while you wait, grow. While you wait, heal. While you wait, trust. The waiting is not wasted time. It's sacred time. It's the time in which you become aligned with what's coming. Say softly with me, "I trust the timing of my life. Everything unfolds perfectly for me." Feel that sentence settle into your body. Notice how your breath deepens. That is what peace feels like. Peace is not when everything is certain. Peace is when you no longer need it to be. When you learn to live like this, everything changes. You stop forcing, you stop fearing, you begin flowing, you begin dancing with life instead of arguing with it. You realize that every unanswered prayer, was answered in a higher form. You realize that every not yet was really a not this way. And you begin to see, truly see, how loved and guided you have always been. Trust is not passive, it's powerful. It doesn't mean you stop dreaming. It means you dream with peace. It doesn't mean you stop planning. It means you plan without fear. It's walking through the unknown with your heart open, saying, even this is love. Even this is divine. So, as you move through your day, don't look for what's missing, look for what's moving. Don't chase what's leaving, bless it. Don't demand that life rush, thank it for its perfect timing. Because you are not behind. You are exactly on schedule. The miracle is not coming, it's already unfolding. Take a deep breath with me. Smile gently and say once more, I trust the timing of my life. Everything unfolds perfectly for me. Let that be your prayer today. Let that be your peace. Because when you trust, everything relaxes. And when everything relaxes, life can finally deliver what has been waiting for you all along. Have you ever wondered what real peace feels like? Not the kind that comes when everything finally makes sense, but the kind that appears even when nothing does. The kind of peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, explanations, or timing. The peace that simply is. That peace lives within you right now. It's not hiding. It's waiting for you to stop controlling and start trusting. Peace is not found by controlling your life, but by trusting it. Let's take a deep breath together. Inhale slowly through your nose. Feel your chest expand. Now exhale softly, letting every worry melt away. Again, breathe in trust, breathe out fear. Feel your body begin to relax. There's nothing you need to fix in this moment. There's nothing you need to earn. You are safe. You are loved. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Now, I want you to close your eyes if you can and join me in a short, sacred practice, just 3 minutes to return to stillness. On your next deep breath in, say to yourself quietly, I trust life. Feel how those words settle deep into your heart, as if you're planting a seed of peace inside you. On the exhale, whisper, I release all fear. Let every worry, every what if, every tension flow out of your body with that breath. Again, breathe in deeply, I trust life. Breathe out softly, I release all fear. Now place your hand over your heart. Feel its steady rhythm. That's the sound of life moving through you. With each beat, you are reminded, life has not forgotten you. Life is still on your side. As you sit in this quiet, notice how your heart begins to open, how your body softens, how your thoughts slow down. Say within you, everything I need is already on its way. Feel those words vibrate through your chest. The mind may not believe it yet, but your soul already knows it's true. This is what I call inner stillness, the place inside you that is untouched by chaos, untouched by fear. When you return here, even for a few minutes, your whole world begins to realign. Because when the mind quiets, the guidance comes. When you stop demanding answers, wisdom begins to whisper. You start to hear what was always there, the voice of your intuition, the language of your soul, the soft direction of the universe saying, this way, my love, you're doing fine. You don't need to meditate for hours to feel this. Just a few minutes a day of conscious breathing, of quiet listening, can change everything. Stillness is not the absence of life, it's the presence of awareness. It's where faith becomes real. Because faith doesn't live in the noise. Faith lives in the quiet. Now let's talk about trusting every day. Trust is not something you find once and keep forever. It's something you practice moment by moment. Faith is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it grows. You don't have to start with big, impossible things. Begin small. Trust the sun will rise tomorrow. Trust your lungs will breathe without you thinking. Trust that somehow, no matter how uncertain it feels, life keeps showing up for you. Start to notice the tiny signs life leaves along your path. A coincidence, a song that plays at the right moment, a person who shows up just when you were about to give up. These are not accidents, they are confirmations that you are being guided. You are not lost, you are being led. The more you notice, the stronger your faith becomes. And remember, trust grows through gratitude. Every time you say thank you, even for something you don't yet understand, you build a bridge of faith. Gratitude turns waiting into receiving. It transforms confusion into acceptance. When you thank life, even in uncertainty, you tell the universe, I may not see it yet, but I believe it's good. That belief, that vibration, is what pulls miracles into form. So when the day feels heavy, pause. Place your hand on your heart and whisper, even this moment is part of my healing. I trust life completely. Let that be your anchor. You don't need to fix the whole day. Just return to trust in this one breath. Now, let's talk about the essence of trust, what it truly means to live this way. When you stop chasing certainty, you discover peace. Life was never meant to be something you figure out. It was meant to be something you flow through. The more you try to control it, the more it resists. But the moment you say, I surrender, life begins to unfold with grace. Trusting life doesn't mean you never face storms. It means you've learned to stand in the rain without losing your joy. It's the power to say, even this storm has purpose. Even this pain has wisdom. Even this delay has divine timing. Trust transforms fear into faith. It turns chaos into choreography. It reminds you that you are not being punished, you are being prepared. So many people believe letting go is weakness. But my dear, letting go is the greatest strength there is. Letting go is what happens when the soul finally remembers who's really in charge. It's what happens when you say, I don't need to understand everything to be at peace. When you can stand in the middle of uncertainty and still smile, that's mastery. That's what trust looks like in motion. Peaceful, steady, radiant. When you say, I trust life, you are really saying, I choose harmony. I choose alignment with the universe. And the universe responds instantly. It relaxes around you. It begins to work through you. The people, opportunities, and blessings meant for you start to flow naturally because you're no longer blocking them with fear. Let me tell you something beautiful. You don't have to chase what's meant for you. It will find you when you are calm enough to receive it. Trust is the open door through which miracles walk. You don't earn miracles, you allow them. You don't force peace, you remember it. You don't create flow, you return to it. So today and every day, I want you to practice this simple mantra. Whisper it to yourself when you wake up, when you feel uncertain, when you don't know what to do next. I trust the process of life. I am safe, I am guided, and I am deeply loved. Say it again slowly. Feel it, because it's true. The same intelligence that makes your heart beat, that makes the stars burn, that makes the tides move, that same power is guiding your path. You are not alone. You never have been. And now I want to invite you to make this your declaration today. If you are ready to stop choosing fear and start choosing faith, say it out loud. Write it in the comments. Let the universe hear your vibration. I trust life and everything is unfolding perfectly for me. Let it be your message to the world, your promise to yourself, your song to the universe. And as you say it, know that every cell in your body, every moment in your timeline, every unseen force around you is already moving to honor that trust. Because the moment you trust, life begins to trust you back.